Shalom Israel. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Kakadash, that bonds the apostles, and those great Muslim teaching this truth. Peace and blessings to hope like Israel and Shalom. Yahweh is the name of the handful in Hebrew, by Shem is his name, and Yahushai is the name of the begotten Son. Back on lesson, and today going to be touching on this dream that I had last night. Ultimately going to be going to these points of just how bad and terrible the times that we are coming into. Pretty much the gist of what I got out of that dream. You know, just the chaos that's about to erupt and about to ensue coming into these last days, especially in the time of Jacob's trouble. You know, and it's one thing to speak on just how bad these times are going to be as we, constantly make that point of just how once again terrible the times that are to come. But it's going to be a whole nother story when we're actually in the midst of these things, man. And, one of the things that I wrote down on my notes, and one of the things I got out of this dream, is why we're going to need Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. Because there's going to be no escape coming to these last days, especially in the midst of all this chaos that's about to erupt in the time of our trouble. As it keeps going through in John 14:6, how Yahushai, is the way. There's no other way out. There's no escaping the destruction, the mass death, the judgment the Lord's finna bring, because you're gonna see bodies dropping left and right, and that's pretty much what I saw out of this dream, man. I'm gonna touch on these few points, but there's basically starts off with this, but two groups of people basically outside. I believe in what looks to be like a parking lot, if I'm correct. You're trying to roughly recall these events that took place, but I believe it was either a group of people, if not two, if I'm correct. But two of these guys basically had weapons, and you had this cop basically trying to stop them. Whatever the case may be, but either way, this cop gets shot down. Chaos is erupting outside, and you have these people in this household or in this house. You have this man, strapped up with a weapon, basically protecting this woman, in his house, and you had his windows being broken, rocks thrown, his house basically being bombarded and rushed, man. And these are the times that we're coming to, very evil and scary times. You'd rather see a more perverse and more wicked spirit on these people, man. A more agitated, more aggressive, especially when that famine hits. People are going to be doing anything and everything that they can in order to feed themselves and take care of their own, and a good example is the movie Purge. How you had them bring it to homes and just killing, for the F of it, man. And that's basically what I kind of got out of this dream right here too. Cause that's what you're about to see, man. Houses being broken into, people getting killed, a woman getting ravished out here. We're heading some very evil and scary times, man. And these things need to be taken serious, man. And that's why it's important to seek Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai before it's too late. Because once you're in the midst of this stuff, who are you going to call upon, man? Especially, you have other camps pushing out. We don't know the names. The names are not important. The names are a must coming to this truth. Without the names, you don't got the truth, man. Because who else are you going to call upon in time of need, especially when you're in time of trouble, man? But roughly recalling these events once again, you had these two people basically shoot down this cop. Not giving a care in the world, man. So just showing you just the type of spirit that's going to be on these people, man. It's once again, it's about to be chaotic. Yeah, you had this house being broken into, and basically a whole gunfight erupted, within the household, windows broken down, house basically being rushed with people, man. And then, how dreams are, just, kind of just goes from there. Just kind of goes random, but there's another point to where I'm basically in another location. I go into this house, and this guy's trying to basically kill himself, man. He had his, his stove, all the, basically the fire all on. And I basically, I walk in, for some odd reason, dreams are, but I turn it all off. And this guy's angry that I basically stopped him from trying to kill himself, man. And then he goes on to, I believe it was like a shotgun or something. He basically tries to, point it at himself and, off himself. But, I just walked out the house. And I remember, hearing the name Habakkuk, which obviously, when I woke up, I, instantly thought I pretty much Habakkuk 2 and 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. Yeah, and we are in these appointed times and are coming into, these times that are written and appointed in the scriptures, man. We're just going to show the seriousness of the times that we are coming into and also what we are a part of, man. Because these things need to be taken serious, especially in the times that we're in and once again are coming into. Once again, Habakkuk 3 for the vision is yet for an appointed time. You're about to see chaos erupt, man. And basically what I got out of that is that that's what's about to come, man. Things are about to go down very, very soon. As you are already seeing, things are starting to heat up and get even worse as we speak. Matthew 24, the 8th chapter, or it's like the 24th chapter, the 8th verse. All these are the beginning of sorrows. But once again, things are about to get worse. But I'm going to read a little bit of these notes that I got. Excuse me, not too much, but it says dreams of heavy judgment. One thing that I wrote down now, it says house broken into, killings. Now I wrote suicide. You're also going to have many people, killing themselves to try to take the so-called, easy way out to escape the things that are going on. And once again, like I said, excuse me, got hiccups. Made me lose my point, man, demon. But you're going to have people trying to escape, and try to find a easy way out in order to basically get away from these things. Because once again, in that dream, that guy was, fucking mad at me for stopping him from trying to kill himself, man. And then he went and tried to, do it again. And I just walked out at that point. Showing you that a lot of people are not going to be saved, man. I also wrote lawlessness because you had these guys, as I mentioned near the beginning of the lesson, shoot down a cop, It's like for the hiccups, I had this problem right before I was about to make the lesson too. But I said I wrote lawlessness, chaos, and why we need the Lord. Because, in the midst of that dream, it's just, man, it really just goes to show just how really bad it's going to be, man. It felt surreal, to see those things, man. Because you're really going to have bodies dropping right in front of us, left and right, man. But that's why the Lord, is toughening us up, refining us. So we are prepared coming these last days, man. And the Lord also going to, put a cold spirit onto us, man, because it's finna get bad. People gonna be eating each other, cannibalism, once again, people are dropping left and right. Now it says, I also wrote this type of spirit people are in, which I can mention here, see more wicked and perverse spirit being pushed, especially on a lot of these people. I also wrote Habakkuk's name is said, because I remember, hearing the name Habakkuk, which obviously wasn't just a random name drop that happened for no reason. It was mentioned for a reason. I also wrote purge like times, and as I mentioned earlier, a good example of what's coming. But let's get Jeremiah 13:7. Now it says, last days great sign is like it. These are the times of Jacob's trouble, the time of our trouble. Specifically for 2/3 of our wicked people, but those that are in this faith will be tried and will be tested also. But the last part it says, but he shall be saved out of Yahweh is going to defend and protect his men coming to these last days. And once again, why it's important, we need Yahweh by Shem Al Shai, especially in the midst of these things, man. That's why the script's going to also, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven, or paraphrasing. It's once again, I'm still kind of getting over that sickness I had. But let's continue on. I'm going to try to, fly through these. I don't want to be hiccuping, 24/7 in this lesson. But it's in Matthew 24:12. And it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. You're about to see a more wicked and perverse spirit on these people, man. More agitated, more angry. As you're seeing now, many killings are happening, all over the news, man. As I mentioned earlier, in the dream I saw, homes being broken into, pretty much chaos ensuing, all outside, man. 2 Kings 15:15-16 now says, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, and what's the modern day sword? The gun. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings, nor princes, people that are in power, the people that are in authority. in that dream that they shot down this cop, Also, one of the scripts that came to mind, but says they shall not regard the kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Second Ezra 16:18. To add more onto that point, once again, just how bad and terrible the times are going to be. We're in some very serious and evil times, man. And it's likely for the hiccups once again. Now it says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? To behold famine and plague, tribulation, anguish, and scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn away from their wickedness, or turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. I have a few more, and we'll close it down. Because I also got Isaiah 32:9, because that one guy in that dream was trying to defend and protect his woman. Because a lot of women are going to be in trouble, especially a lot of you so-called independent feminist women are especially going to be in trouble on that day. Are going to be the main ones screaming and begging for help, man. Isaiah 32:9 now says, "Rather be women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman, for the vengeance shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Trouble you women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins." So a lot of y'all are going to be in trouble, man. The scriptures especially going to tell we're going to be getting ravished out here, getting killed, Terrible times, man. Second Ezra 16:71. Now it says, "They shall be like madmen, sparing none." In that dream, that's what it severely seemed like, man. Just broke the windows, rushing in to basically kill these guys, man. Madmen. They look crazy, man. And I felt that. It kind of shook my flesh, man. But we have nothing really to fear if we continue to, walk in His faith, while we continue to pray to the Lord, to continue to keep His Spirit on us, and also have mercy upon us coming these last days, man, because, hey, we're going to need it, man. Once again, that's why we need, slack it, man, why we need Yahweh Shema Shai. Demons, bro. But still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. I have a few more scripts, and we'll close it out. Psalms 17:13. Now it says, "Arise, O Yahweh Shema Shai, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called day, which is thy sword." And Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be swinging that sword heavily onto a lot of our people. And y'all don't repent, take heed, that's what's coming to you. Because once again, you're seeing heavy judgment that the Lord is bringing upon us. So as we speak, and as I saw in that dream, heavy and terrible judgment, man. And it's why you're to fear Yahweh Shema Shai, especially, man. Because you don't want to be on the bad side of the Lord, man. Zechariah 13:8. "It shall come to pass that all land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein." 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed, man. And you can see why, especially, man. Like 2/3 gotta go, man. And a lot of our people don't want to accept that. 2/3 can be saved. This is not, like Jake is through, man. Jake's still, caught up on that Christian doctrine that everyone could be saved, that the Lord loves everybody, when that's not the case, man. That says here, 2/3 shall be cut off and die. 2/3 are going to be destroyed, man. And they need to, man. Prime examples that you can see, just look at Charleston White, as well as many others, man. Boozy, Psalms 91:7. As I mentioned right here, you're going to see tons of bodies dropping left and right. And what's the thing is, by skips going to Isaiah 32, wisdom now shall be stability of thy times. Just keep us stable. Keep us sane in these times, man. 1,000 shall fall at thy side. So that's 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. So Yahweh Shema Shai is going to defend and protect his men coming these last days from these plagues, from these pestilence, and from the destruction he's about to bring, man. And we hope and pray we're of that number. Now let's close with these last 3 skips. Habakkuk 3:19. Now it says, "Yahweh Shema Shai, power is my strength. He will make my feet like hinds' feet, and will make me to walk upon mine high places, to the chief singer on my stringed instruments." Now let's get the NLT, see what it says. It's sovereign Lord is my strength. So we have nothing to fear, man. We have the one true living power on our side, man. But it doesn't mean we're not going to be tried or tested, because our faith is going to be put on the line, man. And the Lord's really going to see who truly believes and who truly has faith coming to these last days. And I guess what? It's going to be revealed very, very soon. Who the Lord is truly dealing with. But it says, the sovereign Lord is my strength. He makes a sure-footed as a deer, able to tread out upon the heights. For the choir director, the Christmas prayer to be accompanied by a string instrument. It's lucky for the hiccups once again. Lord, I'm getting this point across and it's edifying. Matthew 6:25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? So once again, we have nothing to fear, man. We have Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai taking care of us, man, defending us. And then we see these times, especially during these famines, and all these things that are about to break out very, very soon. It says right here, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life. That doesn't mean go out and, be stupid and, tempt Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. But we don't really have to, fear nor think about those things, Because Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai is going to find ways for us to eat, to drink, to be protected, to find shelter, Nothing is impossible for our power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. But let's close these last two. I don't want to drag it out. Luke 10:19. Blessed be Yahweh, given to you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. So once again, as I mentioned earlier, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai is going to be the only way out from this place, man. Yahweh Shai is the only way there. There's no escaping this judgment, these terrible and evil times that are to come, other than through our Lord, man. Because once again, that dream, it just felt so surreal, man. Once again, it kind of shook me up. But it's something that's what needed, man. It makes us go hard as it's going to make diligent to make your calling to election sure, because you don't want to be part of that number that's destroyed and ultimately left behind in the midst of all this stuff, man. Especially when those thermonuclear missiles are dropping, man. Habakkuk 2:3 close with this. One of the main scripts. Now for the revisions yet for an appointed time, and we're in those appointed times. But the end shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall come. It will not tarry, meaning it will not delay. So pretty much the main point. Pretty much I got the gist of that, the gist of the dream, going to the chaos that's about to erupt and about to ensue, and the seriousness and how bad the times are going to be, and once again why we need Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai coming these last days, especially, man, and ultimately in general, man, because there's no escaping these things, man, other than through our Lord Yahweh Shai. So once you seek Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai before it's too late, and repent and take heed to these warnings, and y'all that want to continue to mock and scoff and take these things as a joke will face the harsh reality very, very soon. And that's going to death by pain. You're going to learn death by pain. You're going to learn to fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai the hard way. So learn edified. Do think of all praise on glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, Ba'Shem Kakadash, double the apostles, and all those great Muslim teaching this truth. Peace and blessings to all people of Israel, and shalom. See you next one.